It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, she's entering the studio.
There we go. Look at that.
Why didn't you get the pink purse? Okay.
We're joined by Caroline Rhea and a very large pink purse. That's very nice.
That's not a really nice way to introduce a woman.
And the very large what? Yes.
It's not a prison purse.
No.
That's something else.
That too was pink.
That's pink.
Caroline's from Canada. She doesn't know anything about prison purses or prison anything, right? You're very...
I have visited a prison.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
Men's or women's or...
I visited a friend in prison, and it was deeply... first of all, I've never been more recognized in my entire life. It was as if they were mandated to watch all episodes of Sabrina before they could work there. Did you see everything? All right, you can apply. And then it's a long story, but first of all, I didn't know you're not allowed to call a federal prison. So I was calling like, hi, it's Caroline Rhea. Here's my cell phone number. I'll be available from here and here. I'd like to come visit my friend. And they finally called me back and said, stop calling. And I was like, and they said, here's what you do. This is how you get to visit your friend. And while you're there, don't wear a white button-down shirt or khaki pants. And at this point, I didn't know they had no sense of humor. I said, well, I won't because I don't work at Home Depot. And then I said, but why is that? And he said, because we don't want you to be confused with the inmates. And I'm like, well, that's rather hurtful. It's an all-male prison. And then when I got there, I'm not kidding. The guy goes, can you turn around? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, well, your pants are too tight to come in. So there's a Kmart like 32 miles away, so you can change your pants. I'm like, no. I passed tumbleweed coming here. I am not. I go, I spoke extensively to the prison stylist, and this outfit was cleared, And he literally goes like this. He goes, I'll do you a favor. I'm like, no favors. No, I don't want a favor. No favor. No, I want a favor from you at all. And he calls somebody, and he goes, hi, listen, I have somebody here, and her pants are tight. No, extremely. And I'm like, oh my God. And I literally lose my mind. I go, listen, my pants are not tight. I've been on a gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free diet for 14 weeks. And last night I ate a box of C's candies, chocolate marshmallow Santas. And this is inflammation and puffiness. And whatever pants you put me in, they're just going to look puffy. It's just the Santas. Okay. I have this lose my mind. And he goes, okay. And then he says to the warden, he goes, listen, her pants are too tight, but I can tell you 100% they are in no way provocative. And I was like, at an all-male prison? Really? Yeah. Nobody? No. Someone in solitary is peeking at nothing. Anyway, all you said was a word. I'm sorry. There you go. Your friend.
Caroline Rhea is our guest, by the way. Caroline is going to be doing something very interesting starting this evening. She'll be at the Louisville Comedy Club. And Josh, you're going to be in the zone down there because Josh is going to see a huge rock festival called Louder Than Life. But
when you're not on stage, you can join me. You can see bands. You like Slipknot?
I thought we'd finished talking about prison.
Nice. But you're there starting this evening, the Louisville Comedy Club.
Great club.
And Caroline Rhea is well known for being among many things. She is associated with the world of witchcraft, which is why it is so funny that this is a news story that just came over the wire this morning. Go ahead, Christy.
A Massachusetts man has pleaded guilty to vandalizing the famous Bewitched statue in Salem.
Oh, boy.
Back in June, the bronze statue, which depicts actress Elizabeth Montgomery as the sitcom's lead character, Samantha Stevens, covered in red paint. Prosecutors said the man responsible for the vandalism was going through a rough time and wanted to do something to get arrested. The Salem News reports the 32-year-old was originally sentenced to a year in jail, but a Salem District Court judge suspended the sentence on conditions the man repay the cost of repairing damage inflicted on the statue, and he'll spend the next 18 months on probation.
Oh, and by the way, when you're talking about witch situation comedies, I mean, it begins and ends with Bewitched.
Oh.
There's nothing else exists as far as I'm concerned.
Chick is best friends with Kostaki. Let's not forget this, everybody. Let's not forget that.
What's
God knows I
happening?
won't.
What's
And
happening
by the way,
right
they should have drowned that kid and then see if he survived in the whole witch Salem trial thing.
Or
And
put
then
him in
see
the
if it worked.
stocks in the middle of the
exactly.
courtyard. Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I think a year in prison for painting a witch, that's excessive.
Yeah, he. What was he protesting? Why?
Sounds like he just wanted to get
Just
arrested.
wanted to get arrested. He was in a bad spot.
Okay.
He's going
Was he
through a rough
upset
time.
about the Darren switch thing?
Still mad about it.
Yeah.
Season 3 was awful. Someone else.
Dick York sauce.
There's probably a chat room for that that's open 24 hours a day. Your Dick York versus your Dick Sargent.
They're probably.
Boy, I don't think it's. Wow, when you put it that way. I think there's quite a few chat sites for that, really. And don't put that.
Yeah.
So he just spray painted the whole thing red. And
Apparently.
okay, okay. There's less of easy. If you wanted to get arrested, Christy, what would you do?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I've never thought about it.
I'd punch you in the face.
Oh, so then that's a win-win.
In fact, they may let me go.
Yeah.
Who'd you
I don't
punch?
really want to.
Hey, here's the guy who punched Bob and Tom. Come here. That's what you get.
She's lovely. She's Caroline Rhea.
Caroline.
And we have a couple little treats for you, Caroline.
Okay.
This first one involves the big screen over here.
Look at that.
You can't miss it. It's Jeff Oskay from our staff.
Hi, Miss Ray.
The mad bomber look that he is affecting right now is his normal look. So,
Okay.
Jeffrey, do you want to explain what you do to Miss Ray?
Yeah. Hi. I'm Jeff at the Failed to Mention News Desk. Miss Ray, we give you a lot of the news each week, but we don't give our listeners all the news. So what I do, I come on and I give them the news that we failed to mention.
Now, here's Jeff Oskay with what you failed to mention news.
A woman discovered $543 in her bag of KFC after pulling away from the drive-through window. What you failed to mention, good for her, I can't even get them to put napkins in my sack. A man and woman were arrested after breaking into a church and stealing multiple Bibles and 4 crosses. What you failed to mention, not surprisingly for their actions, the couple is now being crucified on social media.
Good joke.
Thank you. Listen up. She's got it right. You guys missing out. Key West threw a party to honor the Queen and her service to the crown. What you failed to mention, it was just a bunch of dudes walking around flashing their family jewels.
A lot of gay folks you see.
No, there was nothing gay about that.
I love it, gay.
Boys Town.
We're all going to jail.
Guess I should have said the royal jewels. Scientists have created a new purple tomato that will soon hit store shelves. What you failed to mention, and your kid still doesn't want it anywhere near their dinner plate.
That's right.
There's a new NyQuil chicken recipe floating around the interwebs. What you failed to mention, I tried it. It was okay. I still prefer my grandmother's Sudafed shrimp and Benadryl broccoli recipe.
He's back.
A man was arrested after trying to peek into the Queen's coffin to make sure she was in it. What you failed to mention, see, even in death, she's still ruining people's lives.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we forget Jeff is very anti-Queen.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember this. We fought them. Anyway,
Still mad about it.
Quickly, we forget history. A company in China has installed cameras in the bathroom stalls to monitor their employees' bathroom usage. What you failed to mention, Yao Tao, we need to talk to you about your bathroom usage. You definitely need way more fiber in your diet.
Oh, it's a good camera.
I thought you were going to tell him he was a number 19 on the chart.
Oh, so much better. Should have went with that. A father and daughter were arrested after attacking their son brother over a Chinese takeout mix-up. What you failed to mention, Kung Pao were sounds overheard by the neighbors.
Brawl.
Kung Pao.
Batman. Yeah.
Oh, he crumbled that one up.
All right. Due to short staffing, employers are now more apt to hire people with criminal records. What you failed to mention, keep that in mind, Willie, the next time McDonald's screws up your half-calf, decaf, soy boy, ginger spice latte. Be nice and respectful, or you'll find yourself on the receiving end of a Mick-ass whooping.
That is Willie's exact order.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Yes, it is.
You're adorable. You're like Paul Rudd went to live in a tree for 50 years.
I love it. You just made my day, Miss Ray.
I was going to go with the young Doc Brown before Back to the Future got bad to him.
And finally, Queen Elizabeth II has been succeeded by her heir and his consort. What you failed to mention, they will be introduced as King Charles III and Queen not Diana. I'm Jeff Oskay, and this has been the
Tell
news
that
of
joke in
Geek.
Canada. That's a good one.
Failed to mention.
It's like Ted Kaczynski wit here.
What he lacks in hair care, he makes up for in his little funniness. He's funny.
Very, very funny. Now, we have a little treat, another one for you.
Another one.
Oh, is that right?
Caroline Rhea is our guest. She's going to be on stage tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. Louisville at the Downtown Comedy Club. They're a Louisville Comedy Club. And Pat Godwin, as you can see on the big screen there, Caroline, is in the next room. He's actually right behind you, but we get to see him on the screen there. And you have created an original song about Caroline and her life. As you know...
Well, I have to go. And,
she...
See, I don't know her like you guys do, so I went to Wikipedia and put something together.
Good. All lies, but go ahead.
Okay, well, here we go then. Where she began in the great white north. They're so proud she's come so far. First then came a comedy specials, then Sabrina the Teen Witch, one of Canada's brightest stars. Come on, sweet Caroline, ba ba ba, from the land of bacon and hockey. Oh, funny Caroline, ba ba ba, found love for a while in Kostaki. Sweet Caroline.
Wow. That's very good. Thank you. I thought you were going to end it with, but it got rocky. But that's very good.
We kept it clean.
You know that I actually had Neil Diamond on when I had a talk show, I had Neil Diamond on, and I said, am I the Caroline? I mean, just, and he goes, no, you're too young. And I'm like, repeat that 50 times. And then I said, so who was the Caroline? And he goes, there was no one. It was the right amount of syllables. And I'm like, it could have been Sweet Calvin Klein? Seriously?
I read that it was supposed to be Caroline Kennedy.
I know, but I have it on tape that what he told me.
Okay.
That was later in the day.
Okay, very good, very good.
Caroline Kennedy, I'm going to get all the name dropping all in one time, as opposed to lame dropping. Lame dropping is when you're like, I did a movie with David Hasselhoff. What was it called? Career Ender. Thank you. There was no sequel. Caroline Kennedy and I used to be in the same spinning class in New York. She's actually a very lovely woman. And
spinning, this is on the bike, not.
No, we would just stand and spin. And
just twirl around.
Not like a Grateful Dead thing.
The other day I said to Ava, I go, honey, how are you? How's your life? All good? Everything? Are you happy? And she said so sincerely, she goes, yeah, Mommy. She goes, yours good? And then she pauses and she goes, you do have a life. And I was like, wow.
Whoa.
I go, yes, honey, I drop you off. I go to Starbucks, and then I review all the bad decisions I've made in my life, and then I pick you up. I mean, it's pretty much a full day. But anyway, I used to go spinning, and Caroline Kennedy would be like, way to go, Caroline. And I'd be like, and then they're like, no, we're talking to Caroline Kennedy.
Getting upstaged. Even
Whatever.
Exercise class.
Exactly.
Now, are you doing a lot of voiceover stuff now? Do you do commercials or cartoons or anything?
Well, I'm the mother on Phineas and Ferb, which thank God is on in perpetuity, and hopefully they'll, make more episodes one day.
Man, that show's funny. It is funny.
It is really funny.
Yeah.
When you go to do
subversive and hilarious.
When you do the voice, how does that? Was it just you in there by yourself? And
I used to do it with Candace Ashley Tisdale when I lived in LA, and then it was like the gift from God because I did that show like when Ava was born. I was like, I'm not going on the road for a long time. I'm not going to have a baby at this late stage and then be like, see ya. No, so I was able to do that, and it used to be like twice a month, and it's the strangest thing because Disney voice for like a mom. So you're just like, everything's okay. And hey, would you like pie? Has anyone seen Perry? No, Candace, the boys are not building a rocket ship. All right, darling. Like it's just everything is fine. But you get the strangest directions when you're being directed. They're like, okay, say it. Now you're taller. And I'm like, I don't know how to say it as if I'm taller. I can say it. I can stand on something, or they're like, it's the strangest direction that they give you. And like, you're upset, but you're happy at the same time, calm. And I'm like, oh, all right. Yeah, I got that completely.
That's
Sounds
great.
exactly.
You had a fun turn on the Netflix Sabrina as well. Was that a good time going back and?
Okay, I will admit something about being an actress, okay? I don't always read the notes. I read my part. And this has happened to me twice where I was reading a part. I did a series called Sordid Lives. I was flying to Shreveport. I was so excited to play this part. And then it says Nolita takes a giant dildo out of her oven mitt
suitcase
and runs back to the couch where she uses it. And I literally threw the script across the room. I'm like, no, I never read this part. I never read this part. And then I invented my own genre of comedy porn because I had to basically simulate sex with this man for 5 hours. And which is a weird thing to do anyway, because eventually you're like, vroom, vroom, somebody get in the car. This is ridiculous. How many times are we going to pretend to do this? And then I didn't read those. But then on Sabrina, they invited us back, and it turned out to be the finale. But of course, and their dialogue, that show was basically written in Latin. I mean, it was so tricky. Like our dialogue on the sitcom, not quite the same. So I read just before I go on, and then Sabrina and Hilda eat 2 humans. I'm like, what? No, I can't eat anyone. I'm Aunt Hilda. No. And then I'm like, so some poor Canadian extra ate someone made of grapes and got jelly all over their face. I'm like, I can't be around this. I'm sorry. I read my contract. I don't eat people. I'm an image. So.
Now, have you done any commercials?
The first commercial I ever did, just to make me feel 100, was to introduce a new technology in banking called ATMs.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah. Auditions for television and movies. That's what we did. And a guy that was in that movie was a man, but dressed as a woman who had not fully transitioned yet. And then they never realized that it was a man in the commercial. We always thought that was compelling.
A little inside information. Now,
quite literally,
Caroline, you are a professional comedian, of course, and you're working on your Tonight Show set
and a special called Middle Rage.
Oh, all right.
Middle Rage.
Okay, good. And when is that going to be taped or filmed?
In December.
Okay. Do you know where?
Well, it's either going to be Winnipeg or Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good.
I love the Canadians.
And I would, the reason I'm sort of extending this introduction is because as a professional, I think you'll appreciate the fact that we have a professional in the studio with us.
Oh, my.
Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado.
With a deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Did you guys know that Elon Tesla founder, Elon Musk, is from South Africa?
Really?
I thought he was from Madagascar.
Mad at gas car.
Mad at gas car. Very good. Very good. And you know where that would kill? Any elementary school.
That's the idea.
Kind of his MO, yeah.
That is
good.
very good.
Yeah.
Mad at gas car.
Would the kids know about that? Would they
Elon
understand?
Musk?
Of course they would.
They know who he is?
Heck
Of
yeah.
course they would.